Hola, yo me llamo Olga Loya y yo soy un cuentacuentos. My name is Olga Loya and I'm a storyteller. Hoy vamos a jugar con historias. We're going to play with stories. Van a escuchar una historia. You're going to hear a story. You're going to contar una story and you're going to tell a story. The first thing that we're going to do though is we're going to sing. I'll sing, you sing back. Bienvenidos a todos. Vamos a escuchar. Vamos a contar. Todos juntos. Welcome, everyone. We are going to listen. We are going to tell all together. All together. Primero, vamos a jugar un juego. First, we're going to play a game. You're going to be thinking about, how are you feeling? Are you feeling really strong, like la león? Or like not so strong, like a ratoncito? Or if you're doing the elements, elementos, the lluvia, or el sol, the sun. Or un árbol, o un cabro. Tiene que hacer sonido y movimiento. You have to do sound and movement. And this is how we play this game. Yo me llamo Olga y yo soy un león. My name is Olga and I'm a lion. Sound and movement. Oh, I'm not feeling so good. Yo soy Olga. Yo soy un ratoncito. Squeak, squeak, squeak. My name is Olga and I'm a little mouse. O con los elementos, with the elements. Yo me llamo Olga y yo soy la lluvia. My name is Olga and I'm the rain. Shh. O yo me llamo Olga y yo soy el sol. O yo me llamo Olga y yo soy un cabro. O yo me llamo Olga y yo soy un árbol. Sonido y movimiento. Sound and movement. Because stories are not just the words. There's a sound and movement that goes with them. So when you're home, you can play, you get in a circle, and one person gets up, and they say, whoever they are, yo soy José, y yo soy una culebra. I'm José, and I'm a snake. Shh! Or Maria might get up, and she say, yo soy Maria, y yo soy una mariposa. I'm Maria, and I'm a butterfly. See, everybody can take a turn about how they're feeling. And you could use it with animals, or with elementos, with element, or with objects. So that's a game that you can play at home with your familia or in a big group too. Now I'm going to tell you a story. And this is a true story. And I know it's true because it happened to me. Un día estaba caminando comiendo un piñón. One day I was walking along eating a pine nut. El piñón es un piñón pequeño con una cáscara muy suave y una semilla muy dulce. A pine nut is a nut with a little soft shell and a sweet, delicious seed inside. Yo estaba comiendo mi piñón y de repente yo recordé a mis abuelitos. And suddenly I remembered my grandparents. Ellos vivían en una casa de 2 pisos. They lived in a big 2-story house. Y al lado de la casa y atrás de la casa había árboles. Y también había lomas. At the side of the house and back of the house there were trees. And there was also a section of just lomas, hills and hills. Me encantaba ir a visitar a mis abuelitos. I love to go visit my grandparents. Because all my tíos and tías and my primos and primas went to visit. And we always had fiestas. Can you do that with me? Fiestas. Si alguien nacía, if somebody was born, we had a fiesta. If somebody had a cumpleaños, a birthday, we had a fiesta. Y si alguien se casaba, somebody got married, we had a fiesta. If somebody died, we had a fiesta. Para todo teníamos fiestas. For everything we had parties. And at the parties there was always buena comida, there was good food, tamales, arroz, rice, and frijoles, beans, and chile, and tortillas. There was pan dulce, sweet bread, and chocolate. You know what that is. Chocolate. And coffee. And we would come together and we'd talk and everybody would laugh and eat. And sometimes when all of my primos and primas were together, we would get cajas de cartones, cardboard boxes, and we'd take the cardboard boxes up to the top of the hill, and then we come para abajo, and then we go para arriba, we go para abajo, y para arriba, para abajo. Can you do that with me? Para arriba, para abajo, para arriba, para abajo, all day long until we were filthy, dirty. Nos encantaba. We loved it. Other days we'd call each other on the telephone and we'd say, trae un pomo con una tapadera y asegúrate que la tapadera tenga agujeros, and make sure that the top has holes. And then we would all come together and we would go hunting tarantulas. Esas arañas grandes y negras y peludas. Those big, black, hairy spiders. Y sabíamos dónde vivían. We knew where they lived. There was an agujero, a hole. We'd stand around the hole and we were completely quiet. We started jumping up and down, gritando y saltando, jumping and screaming. Y las pobres tarantas se asustaban y salían corriendo. The poor tarantulas, they got scared and they came running out. And then we would catch them with a bowl, with a jar, put the lid on them, and then we'd talk about them. My primo would say, pues mi taranta es más peluda, my tarantula is hairier. Ah, sí, pero mía es más grande que la tuya, but mine is bigger than yours. And after we had talked about them for a while, we would let them go, and they'd go running back into the hole. And then you can guess what we'd do? Lo hacíamos otra vez. We'd do it again. Now, other days, we would go running in the hills. But I had a problema. My hermanito, él tenía 4 años y yo 9. My little brother, he was 4 and I was 9. He could never keep up. He was always chasing behind, going, Olga, Olga, Olga. And I'd say, Ándale, Felipe, hurry up, Philip. But he was always behind us, going, Olga, Olga, Olga. I used to have nightmares, pesadillas. And in my nightmares, there'd be a little boy chasing me saying, Olga, Olga, Olga. One day, we were running. And as usual, he was running behind us saying, Olga, Olga, Olga. When suddenly he said, Olga. We turned. We saw that he was sliding down the hill. He was going so fast that he went up in the air, como un pájaro. He went up in the air like a bird y se cayó con un golpazo in el gallinero. And he fell with a thump right in the chicken coop. We ran and we looked down and there was my brother, con su cuerpo en una dirección y su brazo en otra, with his body in one direction and his arm in the other. I ran and I got my mother and my father. Lo llevamos al hospital. We took him to the hospital. Se quebró su brazo. He broke his arm. And my papa said, ¿Por qué no lo cuidaste? Why didn't you take care of him? Me castigaron. I got punished. I had to sit on the porch and watch my brother and my cousins play. But finally, they let me out to go play. And yo me aseguré a cuidar a mi hermanito, and I made sure to take care of my brother. But sometimes we would be running, and we'd get crazy. We'd be crashing into each other and yelling, and running around. And my abuelito knew what to do. He'd call out and he'd say, nueces, nuts, dulces, candies, And we come to a stop and we go running back. You see, my abuelitos used to have a tiendita, a store. And when they sold the tiendita, they kept all the nueces, nuts, and dulces. We'd run and there would be my abuelito waiting with a llave, the key. He'd open up the door and he'd give us dulces que estaban tan viejos que casi no podíamos mascarlos. He'd give us candy that was so old we could hardly even chew it. He was chocolate tan viejo que ya era de color café. No era color de café, era blanco. He'd give us chocolate that was so old it wasn't even brown anymore, it was white. And then he would give us a bolsa de piñones, a bag of pine nuts. Now, pine nuts, shell soft, you can break them with your dientes, your teeth. We'd go and sit down and talk and laugh. And as I was eating the piñon, not too long ago, I remembered how my abuelito knew how to calm us down with piñones. And that's a true story. And you know, food really reminds us of stories. Like whenever I smell chicken soup, I think of my abuelita because she always had chicken soup going. And she used to cook it with chicken and corn and all kinds of cabbage and all kinds of vegetables. And you could go any time of the day and there'd be chicken soup and tortillas, handmade tortillas. And café. And the café, it was so strong because she had it on all day long. And practically the spoon sat in it because it was so strong. So think about some food that reminds you of a story. I have a lot of them. This one right now is one. The other thing I want you to think about, how many have ever gone to a wonderful party? Think about that. How many have ever gone to a terrible party? I went to a terrible party when I was a teenager. I was living in East Los Angeles and there were a lot of pandillas, gangs. One night, my girlfriends and I were at a party and there was a pandilla there, a gang. And then another gang came crashing through the door. And there was a big blatant fight. They were punching around and throwing bottles. And my boyfriend said, "Take the llave, take the key, get out of here." And so my girlfriends and I, we drove off. And we were so scared I forgot to turn the lights on. I think that's the only way we got away. That was a terrible party. So the family parties were fun, but that was not a good party. Now, when you're working on stories, you need to think about what was first, the beginning and the middle and the end. Oh, God. So I'm going to break the story down for you that you just heard. Just when you want to take notes, you don't write the whole story down, because if you write the whole story down and you forget one word, you forget everything. But if you have notes, you can tell a story. So my notes would go like this. Going to my abuelito's house, all the family there, the food, the fiestas, being born, birthdays, marriage, dying, all the different kinds of food. My cousins and I sliding down the hills and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill. Calling each other, telling us to bring a jar with a lid, and then hunting for tarantulas, staying around and catching them in the jars and talking about them and letting them go and doing it again. Running in the hills, my 4.5 brother chasing us with his arms straight out saying, "Olga, Olga, Olga." Me calling to hurry up. He had me nightmares. Us running and we hear him saying, "Olga." We see him fall. We go down. He had broken his arm. I got in trouble. Sometimes after I got out from sitting on the porch, sometimes we'd play and we'd get crazy. My abuelito knew what to do though. He'd call out, "Nueces, nuts." And we would run back because they'd had a tiendita store. When they sold the store, they kept all the nuts and candies. He'd give us old candy, old chocolate, and a bag of piñones. We'd sit and crack the piñones and talk and laugh. Then I remembered how my grandfather knew how to calm us down with piñones. And that's the whole story that I just told you. Just a breakdown of the story. So when you think about your story that you're telling, think about how you begin with it, because that's important. You want to make your audience want to listen. And then think about how you end it, because that's what you leave them with. And the middle can kind of move around, but the beginning and end are really important. Now, when you're telling stories, there's things to think about. Think about sequence. How to get from the beginning to the end. Sometimes when I'm practicing, I have to start, I practice, and then I go back to the beginning, and I do a little more, and go back to the end more, till I can finally get to the end of the story. When I can get to the beginning, from the beginning to the end of the story, I know that I have the story down. You have to be able to project. If you're telling a story, and you're talking like this, nobody's going to like it. And if you're telling a story like this, yelling and screaming, nobody's going to like it. You just have to talk loud enough so that the people in the back can hear. That's what you need to do. And then you think about tone. Are you talking squeaky? Are you whispering? Are you talking gruff? Are you bored? I went to visit my grandparents, and we ran up and down the hill. That isn't very exciting. You want to make your audience want to listen to your story. And you have to be clear. Because if you're not clear, they won't get it. See, my problem is that lots of times I go too fast. I'm really working on slowing down so people can hear. I have this friend, he talks real slow, tells stories like that. I can't do that. But you can find your pace, not too fast. A lot of people, when they first start, they talk really fast because they just want to get off the stage or get off being in front. Practice. Know the story. Be comfortable with it so you don't have to hurry. And then be careful with your body. I mean, I've seen students get up and play with the zipper in the front of their shirt the whole time. I mean, so nobody's paying attention to what they're telling because they're watching them put the zipper up and down. So be in your body and don't have anything hanging out. Put your t-shirt in. Don't wear a jacket. Just you, yourself, telling a story using your body. And one of the most important things is eye contact. If you're not looking at your audience, they'll stop paying attention. So, see, in theater, people talk to each other. But in storytelling, we talk to the audience. We look at the audience. So we play, and later on, we're going to play a game, not this time, but next, a few times along, we play a game where you practice looking at your audience. It's not easy, but it's something that you can do if you practice. And pacing. You don't want to tell a story and go, once there was a girl and she went, no. Once there was a girl and she went running. She saw a boy and he ran right towards her. And then, see, I used a lot of different tones there. You don't want to have it just one old thing. You want to have it so that people really want to hear what's going to happen next. And then characters. Who's the characters in your stories? My characters was my brother and me. And help us see them a little bit. And then dialogue. You want people talking to each other. Like my father saying, no cuidaste, you didn't take care of him. Or when we called each other on the phone. Or my grandfather calling us. All of that's dialogue. If you want to have as much dialogue in your story as you can. Because it makes it more interesting. An example, if I said, the father told the boy to go to his room. It's not as exciting as him saying, the father said, go to your room. Or if he's not mad, the father said, go to your room. And the father said, ay, mijo, go to your room. There's so many ways to say the same thing. So you need to think about what you want to say and how to say it. We're going to play a lot of different games as we go along. The next time we come together, we'll have a new story. and more games. And I'm going to finish with a song. We're going to sing. Adios. And you sing. Adios. Adiós. Hemos escuchado, hemos contado, todos juntos, todos juntos. Goodbye, everyone. We have heard, we have told, all together, all together. Don't forget your story about parties. Don't forget your story about food. Don't forget about eye contact and pacing and looking at your audience. Oh, that's a really important thing. And don't forget the game. And you can play that with your friends. And you can play it with your familia. And I will see you the next time for lesson 2.